statice, which is a common coastal flower that you see. And it has these really cool wiggly leaves. It grows with like practically no water. And you see it all over the place. Let's see. Whoa. It's kind of like that. Yeah. I don't know. Has like these pink things here and then these purple things here. And these weird wiggly stems. Kind of just marking it out. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, that'll get covered. Okay. I'm just gonna do one wiggly leaf. Alright. I'm going to actually do the front purple flowers first because I know it's a little dangerous, but if I do the green underneath, it just might be too dark for the purple. So it's like this really light purple that I'm actually gonna need a lot of this white. So this is like, a lot of kits will come with like this white color, and it does have some like titanium in it, so it's not like the rest of the colors. It's creamy. And then you can also, sometimes some kits will come with like a tube, which I have here. I get dried up. So depending what you need to mix with the white, but it's like lavender, so I shouldn't have done that. Oopsies. It's like lavender, so it's just not gonna work if I don't add white. I really need that light lavender color like that. It's not just watery purple. Okay, so they're like these little cups. So I think what I'm gonna do is pink and then it's purple underneath. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is just make like these half cup shapes like that. And then some that are like, they're looking at you, like it's like you're looking down the center. And then see, I'm so glad I didn't paint that green leaf because it just would cover it. And then some other half cup shapes going the other way. I just like to come up with sort of like a concept rather than to try to sit there and like make it look exactly. And then they also do come in like different sizes as they grow, but also because they're just far away. So I'm gonna just try this. Oh gosh, there's so many. This is why I've never painted this flower. It's like, it's just so detailed. I'll show you when it's done too what it looks like in the wild. It's kind of those ones I never really paid any attention to, but I came to appreciate it just because it grows so well on the coast, and it kind of grows, I think it grows all year, to be honest. Okay. The only thing about these videos is that I do try to paint a little quicker just because I don't want them to become like so long. But then I have to remember not to do that because the speed at which you paint completely changes everything, and it doesn't mean fast or slow is bad. It just means depending on what you're trying to achieve, it could be bad or good. Okay, so that's gonna be pink, and then there's gonna be, okay, all these purple ones behind it. I have to say, sometimes I'm doing a painting and I feel like it's going really great, and sometimes I don't always have that feeling. So I hope that helps you when you're painting to realize that no, it's not always the case that you feel like it's going great the whole time. I always like to say, if you don't like how you're painting, okay, now I'm gonna get really small. Okay, a different brush. If you don't like how I'm gonna change to that, painting is going, it just means it's not finished yet. I'm gonna do another thing I like to do, which is use at the last of the paint that gets kind of like a different color. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Just to get some other depth in there. It's just kind of like, now I'm gonna go abstract, okay? Because I'm like bored of that. I'm just gonna start to fill this in. And it just gives like the illusion. I don't know if it's just me or it's like the way that I like to paint, but I do like more impressionistic. Sorry, I didn't mean to say abstract, but I do like it better because for me, like painting the exact thing, it just doesn't look right. I don't know, it just doesn't look, I don't know, the way that I think about it, when I do it more impressionistic, I feel like when I look at it going back, it looks much more the vibe of the subject. Okay, so I'm gonna remix this because I went through that pretty fast. I'm gonna leave part of it dark purple for now. Okay, so I do have another one here. I'm using this other brush, which I thought would be better, but it's not. So, as I go along, they're just getting more abstract. I started with like these perfect little cups, and now I'm like, maybe like a little duck foot shape, going up, going down, I don't know. Just whatever, when you have this many flowers to do, it's kind of just gets impractical. These are like too light. I don't want it to look like hydrangea or like wisteria though, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Okay, so I'm gonna make these a little bigger. They're so tightly packed. Oh my gosh. What have I gotten myself into? Okay. I wonder if it's the brush. Like, oh, that brush has no head on it. Yeah, I wonder if it's more. This will be better. Just trying to do that like little cup shape. So it's got to be round on one side and whatever happens on the other side. And then hopefully just by, when you do it this way, like just by doing a couple of them that look really perfect, the rest of them will just kind of I don't know, just gives you the idea that it's happening for some reason. Okay, and now what I want to do is also zoom out and look at the shape of the clusters, how they grow on this plant. And if I zoom way out, they're kind of shapeless. They're a little crazy. So they end up with like, I think I'm gonna do one more right here to show the cluster, because this will make it more recognizable. They do kind of like what hydrangeas do, where they grow in like these little waves. Like these domes, yeah. That's good. So I'm gonna kind of see if I can do that right. Yeah, that's better. They do grow like that. So now that I've added that in, it's not just like random clusters, and then it could end up looking like a different species or something. I don't want that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this one a little bit more clustery, a little more domey, because they do have quite a perfect shape when you zoom out. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, moving on. Okay. Now, there are also like these white ones. So I'm gonna try, there's like these teeny tiny white ones that come out of the purple one. So I'm gonna try this thing that I have definitely not mastered yet, but it'll be good to test it out together. Frisket. Sounds like brisket. Frisket mask. Okay. Perfect time to test it. If it doesn't work, well, we'll worry about that later. So there's these places where it has these white blossoms. I'm gonna do one over, but there's not many. I don't really know. It's a weird plant, definitely a weird plant. I'm gonna put them where the leaf is gonna be green. They kind of tend to cluster together, so I'm gonna go like that. That's not really gonna matter because that paper is white, so maybe you'll notice it, maybe you won't. But these green ones, those will super show up. Okay, what that's gonna do is dry pretty quick. It's kind of like rubber cement, kind of reminds me of that. It's probably made of the same thing. And then you can peel it off. So if you wanna do like a moon or a sun or something like that, and then like paint the whole thing, peel it off. That's the theory, but I'm testing it right now. Okay. Okay. Let that dry. I'm gonna come in now, because I think the purple is done. Take a really small brush, and I'm gonna do the insides of the purple, which are pretty purpley black. Whoa, too much black. Whoopsies. Okay, that'll just be the inside. Make sure it's not too wet when you're doing a really small thing. More water equals more spread. And I'm going to, since they're supposed to be cups, these would be, I'm just gonna try to make the illusion that there's like a pocket inside each one. By just putting them in different orientations depending on like where the cup is. Like, that's my theory for this. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but usually my ideas work pretty good. And then it already starts to give it dimension, right? I think. Okay. It's so hot today. I had to wait until evening to come out here and do this. I really like painting in the natural light, and also then you get some vitamin D. Okay, so that's kind of that for now, which I'm not hating. Now my next decision is, do I want it, there's like these pink parts of it right here. Do I want to do that first, or do I want to do the green? Because the pink, I'm going to do the pink because it's really light, and you can always go darker, but you can't go lighter. So I'm going to do these pink stalks backwards. They're kind of like these white little pink things. Okay, wait. So I'm gonna need my white. I'm gonna use not a super thick white like from the tube. I'm gonna just mix it. That noise is actually my bunny rabbit. It's this color. It looks like it's really, really dark red, but it's the pinky red. Ooh, actually, hold on. Still getting used to this palette. Oh no, it's that one. Okay, that one. It's that. It's like that. They're so hard to tell in it. Actually, I think it's all three. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and that kind of makes a salmony color, which is what I need. Okay. All right, so this is another. This is another one that has 1 million teeny tiny little bud things. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just more of a concept rather than just sitting there and trying to just like seeing how they grow in like these cluster branches. I mean, in real life, this is so microscopic. So, I guess, oh boy, trying to just make it look like a bunch of things growing off a bunch of branches, that's all. These, they are long, so I am doing like a pull, like that, instead of like a stab. Branch goes in front of that, so like that. Okay, this is where it's getting in front of the green, so that'll be helpful later. We can either paint the green, I don't know, we'll get to that. Stay present. Okay, that's pretty good for that pink part. And then it literally blends into like so many different greens. There's olive green. So this is perfect. This is already olivey. So I'm actually gonna just try to use that plain. Too much water. Yeah, every single one of these goes from olive to pink. So let me see if I can. But just this part, it's weird. So I'll get that off. Go back to the pink. And then like, while it's still wet, go pink into the green. Pink into the green. Pink into the green. And then it's like an easy blend instead of sitting there messing with it. You get the idea when you see it. Oh, I didn't do this one. Pink, green. Green. Go backwards, it's okay. And then it goes actually to like a yellow. Sorry, I did not realize this one would be so many different colors. Okay, and then it goes from the green to the yellow. What's going on there? I'm not sure. Okay, just for a bit, and then it goes to like a bright green. Not that bright. Holy moly. I'm gonna mix that with this like goldenrod. That should do it. Oof, that's still pretty. I'm gonna get some of this olive in there. That's not quite, maybe forest green? Let's see, yeah, okay. There we go. That's better. So many greens. And they have these weird phalange like little stems. I don't know. Let's see It's like two different compartments. Alright, so we have a stem, and then I'm just actually going to turn that into like another leaf. Alright, so now I should be able to do this leaf, which is a whole nother series of green colors while that dries. It looks weird right now. I'm not sure about it, but it's okay. I just gotta like connect this. That's fine. Okay. So they have like, oh, have you ever seen like a broccoli leaf? They have like this sagey, what color do I want here? Ugh. Yeah, that. They have like this, the leaves are the same color of like a broccoli leaf. So if you grow broccoli, oh, whoops. And then there's this yellow part here. Yeah. See if that's dry. It's almost dry. It's really wet and cold out right now, so it might take a minute. And then there's kind of like this echo of that in this edge. You don't really notice it, but let's see like that. It'll close in. And it's actually a little bit whiter than that, so I'm actually gonna... Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna do that last. Not right now. All right, let's get this sagey broccoli situation going. It's gonna need white for the dustiness. Yep, perfect. I mean, I know that looks aqua, but it's for these parts, the like parts that was not ideal. The parts that are folded that make the curl. Yikes. All these weird folds. And then on this side, the folds, that side of the fold is dark, and this side of the fold is light. If that makes sense, because of the way the light falls. Okay. Like that's gonna be dark. That's gonna be light. That's gonna be... Ooh! That... Don't touch that weird glue stuff. It's sticky. Here. Just like keeping it wiggly. And then there's like a darker dusty color. Ooh, actually that's what it is. It has a tiny bit of black. Oh boy. Yep. Which is like a gray blue. So then that's this part. Around that. And this is thin, so like, remember you can always go darker, so I can just creep in on that instead of like the other way around, trying to do the dark first and then realizing there wasn't enough space for the light vein. Okay, we're almost there. This ended up so much white, that white paint in it. It's like acrylic paint. It's so thick and like, ugh. It's weird, but It'll be fine. And then there's this. It just needs more water. Yeah, it got too thick. See how that was what I wanted? Just one purple flower. If I had done the green first, I wouldn't be able to get that way that purple looks on white. This is Maple Butters. You might see her run right here. If she comes over here to say hi. I want that green part really, really thin, because it's just gonna look so much cooler. Oh, here she comes. Cool. Hi. And then even though, okay, so you always want to bring every color of every part, I mean I like to, into things. So I kind of want to bring this, like maybe pretend there's another wiggly one here, even though there's not. Just an idea. Because this is kind of like a field guide style, so I'm just kind of putting them on here. So I don't need to necessarily like finish it. Okay. Back to my broccoli thing. Yeah. Okay, and now I want it to look a little bit deeper, so I'm gonna get a little bit, oh, there's a hummingbird out right now. I wanna get a little bit darker gray in there, and then there's this part of the, did you see her go by? There's this part of it that's like more curled, so it's darker. I mean, and then I'll do like these corners, make them look curlier. This is one of the harder ones. I know I said that about the pink one, but I've been picking these series subjects based on how cool they look and definitely not thinking about how hard they would be. Okay. This I just realized needs to be lighter. So yeah, that'll make it look more yeah, that's how it looks. Okay. It has all this texture that like, I'm just gonna have to like be okay with it. Alright, I'm gonna come around the outside with that. Just because the paper's white, it's losing some stuff here. I'll just do the bottom. So, kind of, because it doesn't really have a black line. It's just kind of like, add some black in here to make it look more real. That's perfect, I guess. And now I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna finish these pink buds. They have a little bit more, they actually go white pink. Oh, see, I should have done this when the pink was wet. So, okay, then I'll go the other way. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add the littlest bit of pink, because like this white on white, it's just not, even though, yeah. So I'm gonna do like a, even that peach is not really showing. Just a little bit more. Okay. Now see how that goes. Yeah, that's better. What do these remind me of? I think there was like a fabric when I was a little girl that had like little buds like this actually. Okay, that's good. That gives it. Oh, this one I didn't. Oh, I'm losing my light now. I really have to hurry. Okay. All right, we're almost there. I just want to take, looking at it through the camera, because that's a really good way to check your work. If you're not recording it, I mean, you can, it's really handy. You can always just stand back. Okay, I hope this is dry. This is taking forever. Okay, they're just these tiny, ugh. All right, this one I think is, see, you can't really, that one didn't work. That one did. It's got like, they're like these bell shapes. Oof, that was 05 and I should have been using show yourself 003. That was like way too big. And then just for posterity, put a little dot in it. My name. Okay, is this one dry? Oh gosh. Okay. I'm gonna mess with this leaf a little bit more while that dries. So, this is a nice one. It's like a, I mean, it's pretty much a white gel pen, but it's the Uniball. I got it at this really cool art store in Idlewild, and I think they know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna come and do this white right in between. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. Let's see. If the paint is too wet, it's not gonna work. It's too squishy. Okay, that might not be working. Alright, backup plan. This really, really thick stuff. Get it on the smallest brush you have. Old fashioned. It's a little thick, a little thinner. I'm gonna go on top. Follow that line. Yikes. Okay. And then I'm gonna go again around this edge. They're like a curl, like cup. It's the concept. It's the concept of the flower here. A little bit. Okay. And then if this is not gonna dry, let's try. Oh, this one's dry. Sorry, I wish you could see it. I'm gonna go back to the 003. I wish you could see it. It's getting dark. This one? It's a little bit better, even though it's like just, ooh. See how I said it's like rubber cement? Oh, I love when that bird comes out, so pretty. Basically, it's really wet and outside, and I did them like really thick because the dropper is really, I should have painted over them more. I kind of avoided them, and that's not the purpose. Okay, so this one should look good. Kind of scooping them. And this is this one. Oh, see, that's great. And see how there's just even just that one. And then this one. Oop. Yep. Oh, and then I guess there's one there too. So you can kind of see these little, and then I'll add maybe some extra ones that I didn't even have to do the glue. And then that helps make them noticeable. So this is Status Flower. I'm gonna check one more time. Pink. And you know what? There is one more thing. These pink bulbs, and I hope it doesn't get too dark, but there's like a, ties it in, there's like a olive green, just pure, at the base of a bunch of these pink bulbs. So I'm gonna put that in there. So it's like 3 colors for every one of these tiny little things. Oh my gosh. Almost done. I hope this one's gonna be worth it. Oh, forgot about this one. I'm gonna have to go back through there with that peach color. And then there's also, I'm just noticing as I'm using the light, that there's also like a hot pink. Okay, that's not good. I'm gonna stop. At the base of these things. You know what it probably is? That the light is changing. And now I'm seeing all these different colors. So let that be. It's this pinky red and this hot pink again. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Make sure it's not lit at all. And this will look cool with that. And it's right in between, it's right after the green. So it's perfect because I want the green to be wet. I'm not going to do them all because you just don't need to get that effect. When there's a million of something, the brain just kind of fills it in. Oh, there goes the light. That's it. The good thing about painting outside is it really makes you hustle so you get it done. Which I know it doesn't mean like you need to rush or anything. It's just kind of like it makes me not monkey with it so much. Because you're just kind of like, oh, that's gonna have to be good enough. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. There's like this red effect going on all throughout here. And that really changes it. Now I'm doing random to fill it in. Now I'm like zooming my eyes out and just kind of, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.